You also document what happens when Palestinian children are arrested and detained. This I found some of the most difficult reading in the entire report. Solitary confinement, denial of food, medical care. There's also sexual and gender-based violence. I think at least one boy died in prison after months of deliberate neglect. For people who think that detention is like a separate category of harm, maybe preferable to other forms of harm, can you describe what these conditions are like and what they mean for a child's development?
Yeah, the conditions are harsh. Not just harsh, but unacceptable, below international standards for the treatment of even hardened criminals, let alone detainees who are never brought before a court and are never tried, let alone for children. International law says that children should only be detained as a measure of last resort for the least period of time that is necessary and in conditions that account for their age and immaturity. And none of those conditions, those requirements of international law are being complied with. There are significant numbers of children from Gaza and from the West Bank as well who have been detained. Usually they are detained without the Israeli authorities giving information that they are detained. They are technically disappeared children. Sometimes we can get corroboration from other prisoners who have been released that they have seen a particular child, but the Israelis don't admit to holding any children, and children have just gone missing. Their families don't know where they are. No one knows where they are except the Israeli authorities, and they ain't telling. But we have spoken to adults who have been released who can tell us about the treatment of children. We have spoken to children who have been released, and their treatment constitutes torture. And that is either a war crime or a crime against humanity, depending on the circumstances of their detention. Either way, it's an international law crime and an international atrocity.